Okay, we'll get started here. First of all, just your take on the season so far in terms of, from 1 to 10 on an entertainment, compelling nature. Where would you put it?
As far as the season, just college football itself.
SEC.
Oh, SEC. I mean, I'd probably give it a 9 just because it's so crazy. I don't know what the ending will be, and so because of that, I'm still a little bit on my edge, but edge of my seat. But literally every week, something happens that nobody anticipates. It's highly competitive. Any week that you show up and do not have the right game plan, mentality, emotional and the right emotions going into a game, you could lose versus anybody. I actually really appreciate it. It makes everybody kind of step up to the plate. It's truly why every so many young kids choose to play in the SEC, whether it's from Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, all the way up to Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee. This is what you go to these schools for, is to compete, to play against the other best in the country. And it really is. It's just really deep conference. And without the conferences, without the East and the West, you're getting different matchups. And man, everybody's just cannibalizing itself. And it's been really fun and entertaining just because every week we get to talk about an upset. And everybody loves upsets until it happens to your team.
The Iron Bowl. Auburn's got a lot of momentum, and boy, Alabama took a gut punch on Saturday. Um, your take on that game, and do you think Alabama can recover in time to win this thing?
First of all, Alabama played awful. I thought they were outcoached, out hit, outperformed every out that you can think of that happened in that game. Shout out to Oklahoma because they flat out outplayed them. Auburn is had an emotional win. They needed to get that win. That was a big win. But I knew something was up though because Vegas had it way too close, and Vegas is, it's the reason why the lights never shut off there. So they knew it. But still a very intriguing game because of Alabama defensively do some things that I just do not agree with. And so whenever you do that and you're not disciplined in some other areas, and 1 week you can run the ball, the next week you can't run the ball, and you can't throw it either. You can't catch it when you guys do throw it accurately. Like Alabama's having some hit and miss type situations, and you cannot allow that to carry over. Auburn's a team that's going to play hard. I'm actually less worried about the game as an Alabama fan because Auburn actually won a game and Alabama lost the game. So, like, if Alabama would have won and then Auburn had not won and nobody's giving Auburn a chance, in my opinion, that's usually when it's more dangerous for Alabama fans. I've lived that life, trust me. But it's always the Iron Bowl, and you never kind of know what to expect. And the moment nobody counts on Auburn to do anything, or that Alabama is just so superior, is the moment that Auburn usually gets them. And so I don't think that's the case this year. And hopefully we'll see a better version of Alabama. Alabama has lost games and then followed it up by looking a lot better the following week. But it's still yet to be seen. And I just think they got to get so many they don't do the little things consistently, Alabama in that case, that is what's allowing them to not be successful. And that is what has caused them to lose in the games that they lost, because the 3 losses that they have in each game, I thought that they were out coached.
What problems does Cam Coleman create for a DB?
Well, he's big, number one. He has a great catch radius, and they intentionally try and get him the ball. A lot of times, if quarterbacks see a DB over there and they don't throw it, that usually makes it easier on the DB. But that's not the case with him. So they really try and feature him. They're trying to go out of their way to get him the ball, and he's really dangerous in the red zone where he's able to high point the football and things of that nature. I mean, I know what I would try and do to stop this guy, but I'm not anybody's coach, so I'm not going to sit up here and share it with you, Jeff, because I don't want to. I don't want to hate on the young man. He's still an amateur player, but a really good young player. But I know what I would do, but I'll let the other coaches try and diagnose that and see what to do and how they would try and stop this guy.
One more, and I'll let you go. It's rivalry week. You
Yeah.
know there's going to be some chaos here in this one. Where are you looking at a game that could create the most chaos?
The one that could create the most chaos is easily Texas at Texas A&M at Kyle Field. That's one all year long, I told everybody that Texas only had three real games on their schedule. It was Oklahoma because they hadn't beaten Oklahoma, not like Oklahoma was any good at the time. Georgia because they're Georgia and Georgia beat them, and then this week versus Texas A&M at Kyle Field. That was my last call and my last game for Texas, and how they handle that will be determined how their season goes. But Texas A&M wants to play spoiler. They had their whole destiny within their own hands, but they dropped the ball on that one, losing to Auburn. So now they're extremely desperate, and we'll see what happens. But that's the one that initially sticks out to me. The one I'm probably rooting for just because it would be fun and add more chaos is Vanderbilt beating Tennessee at home. And this is a different Vandy team. If Vandy beats this Tennessee team, this, in my opinion, this will go down as the greatest Vanderbilt team of all time. I know they did some stuff back in the 40s, but since I've been born, by far, this would be the best Vandy team that I've seen just because the way they have gone about their business. This is a tough, tough schedule that Vanderbilt has had. And all they've done is not bat an eye, continue to play hard, knocked off Alabama, beat Georgia, not Georgia, sorry, they beat Auburn. They beat a few other teams that were really good. And like nobody thought that Vanderbilt would be where they are right now. It's crazy that they actually lost the game to Georgia State, but they had the lead until 70 seconds left in the game. So it's just what it is. But they learn how to win their way, and it's been really, really fun rooting for them and cheering for them.
You're the best, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it, man. Thanks, Jeff.